Hello mga Inday, good morning naman sa inyong lahat. Good morning sa inyong lahat. Ayan, nanonood lang ako dito sa kung totoo bang na-exploit na ang mga Filipino nurses dito sa Amerika. Na-exploit na ba tayo? Sagot! Yes or no? Comment kayo dyan mga Inday, mga US nurses na hindi ko tuloy mapigilan mabulol dahil sa galit na nandito na sa Amerika. O di ba? Pakinggan natin ito.
Say for example, you have 4 or 5 patients, and then you'll see those who are working here. I mean, those people who are from here, and they were just sitting in the station. If a patient...
Oh, narinig nyo. People from here sitting in the station. Totoong-totoo yan, mga Inday. Masisiraan ako ng bait sa inyo, nakakaloka. Totoo yan, naku day. Meron namang iba masisipag, pero karamihan, tamad. Mahilig pang magreklamo. At kung sino pa yung tamad, yun pa. Yun pa mga Inday, ang mahilig yung parang condescending or parang mga piling Albert Einstein, piling mga piling mga Charles Darwin at mga scientists na piling nila sila ang nakadiskubre sa mundo. Nakakaloka. Di ba? Pagpatuloy natin.
Dies, nurses risk losing their license to practice in the U.S. Ariel says he wanted out but couldn't leave because his contract required him to pay $40,000 in damages if he quit early, even though he covered his own immigration and travel expenses. He also says his recruiter, Ray Raval of Professionals to USA, threatened him. The company refused our request for comment. Activists say these practices amount to human trafficking and forced labor.
Threats of deportation, threats of reputational damage, all of those threats of serious harm can be enough to compel somebody to continue to provide those services.
Ariel isn't alone. In recent years, recruitment agencies have filed lawsuits against Filipino nurses for breach of contract, but the nurses are fighting back. Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare, where Ariel worked, told us it's aware of the case involving Professionals to USA and is reviewing its relationships with recruiters. The U.S. Labor Department has sued at least one agency for forcing nurses to pay for projected future profits. Professional nurse recruiters...
O, diba? Yan pa. Nakakaloka, day. Ang taas ng day. Ang taas ng mga buyout contract. Wala namang ginastos. Makonti lang. Mga gago. Pero ang nakakainis talaga, yung mga lokal, day. Yung mga day, tatamad-tamad. Kakaloka. Tatamad-tamad. Nakala mo sila yung tagapagmay-ari o tagapagmana ng ospital. Diba? May mga ganyan talaga. Ito. Tapos sila pa yung mga feeling na parang, ay, ang galing ko. Ang galing mong umupo, day. Ang galing mong mag-utos. Sa ED nga namin, ang gusto palagi naka-float. Di wow. Mag-float pero hindi naman tumutulong. Buisit talaga. Kaya ako, hinahabaan ko na lang pasensya ko. Mga makakapalang mukha eh. Diba? Sa Saudi, matatanggap ko pa. Kasi naka-working visa ako. Kung apihin ako ng mga citizen doon, wala akong pakialam. Deadma kasi citizen sila at ako naka-working visa. Pero para apihin ako na permanent resident ako dito, halos pareho lang kami ng rights. Except na pwede silang bumoto sa eleksyon at ako hindi. Naku day, wag nakakabwisit. Kakasakit ng ulo. As in, exploit na exploit ng mga nurses dito, day. Hap. Sige na mga inday. Ay, pagpatuloy natin yung video. Tingnan natin.
Say a breach fee is standard in contracts, as is for recouping expenses incurred by the recruitment agency or healthcare facility, but that amount has to be reasonable. One study in 2022 predicted the U.S. will need an additional 450,000 nurses by 2025, a gap Filipinos are eager to fill, but one that could leave them vulnerable to abuse. Born below Al Jazeera, Manila.
Ellen Velasco is the president of Filipino Nurses United. That's an advocacy group supporting the rights and welfare of nurses. And she joins us from Quezon City in the Philippines. Good to have you with us. How common are these sort of stories like Ariel's that we saw there in Barnaby's report?
We don't dispute that reports of abuse
Oh,
and
diba?
exploitation happen
Pero anong
in
ginagawa
Israel
nyo
as well.
kung hindi nyo
Ones
dinidispute?
cited in the US have been reported to us. Nurses whose conditions of work are beyond what is stated in their contract, and if they want out, they are being sued or put in so much jeopardy. Our response to that is to enable these nurses to know their rights, and even before they sign contracts or go to other countries, they should be aware of the conditions that they'll be meeting in the host country. But we don't dispute that those exploitative practice
Okay.
happen in the US and elsewhere.
Why do so many people leave the Philippines in the first place? Should the country be doing more to keep its nurses?
The main driver of nurses' migration to other countries has always been the economics of meager pay and inadequate benefits. And this is aggravated by heavy workload and insecure jobs. So many Filipino nurses would rather try their luck elsewhere than suffer from the
Correct.
workload that they are
Tama,
that
Day.
they are going through. The current salary of nurses do not afford them a decent way of life. It does not dignify the profession. So they would really rather try their luck elsewhere than put up with this kind of situation. And the government does not seem to listen to the woes and to the appeals and to the calls of nurses for better wages and better work-life conditions. And we're thinking that they are actually pushing out our skilled and qualified nurses abroad because of the remittance that they bring into the country. So
parts of the world.
We think the best way to keep or
Sige na mga Inday, babush na, nakakaloka. Sana matigil or mahinto na tong mga exploitation dito. At sana may magawa naman yung Philippine government, no? 'Di ba? Pero, pangabang magagawa namin kung hindi magtiis na lang sa mga hinayupak na nakaupo palagi sa station. At parang ang feeling nila na hire sila hindi bilang staff nurses, kung hindi bilang isang mga worker. 'Di ba? May iba nga at ay nako, kung makautos, kung makataranta, hoy, i-discharge mo na yung pasyente mo. Kailangan mo ba ng tulong ng ano? Ganyan talaga magano. Ganyan. Pero hindi naman tumutulong. Kakaloka ka. Meron namang isa, panay walk. Kala mo si Catriona Gray. Kung makapag-walk parang si Catriona Gray, day. Pero, parang Detective Conan, kung makaimbestiga kung na-discharge yung pasyente, pak. La ilaha illallah. O siya, sige na, baka kung ano pa yung masabi ko, day. Kakaloka mga dito. Yung iba naman, panay ay, alam ko to. I knew it palagi. Tai ka, girl. Babus na, sige na, babay na. Kung ano pang masabi ko.